All right, if you're in Louisiana, the city of Shreveport and that whole county is compromised. That whole grid is owned by China. They have the back doors. In New Mexico, you got Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, Las Vegas, Albuquerque, Belen, Ruidoso, Tularosa, Almagado, Bayard, Silver City, Deming, Cliff, Lordsburg, and Clayton. And it goes on and on. And these are just a couple of the states. California is probably the worst. California, Texas, and New York are probably the worst. And coincidentally, they're secret Chinese police stations. Coincidentally, they own the ports. They also have all these men going onto these bases, posing as Uber drivers. Two sailors out of the Navy got caught for espionage for secrets with China in San Diego, and on with California goes in San Diego and Camp Pendleton and 29 Palms. Florida, two guys, like I said, two guys got caught off Key West. It's very interesting what's going on with this grid. There's no state that's untouched. If you're in Indiana, Indiana Power and Light. If you're in Dayton, Dayton Power and Light. I mean, it's everywhere, man. It's everywhere. Some states are a little bit less. I haven't run into anything from Kansas. Colorado seems to be a little bit. Nevada's full of it. My state, Washington, it looks like the West Side's full of it. Vermont. What's interesting about Vermont, the whole state is compromised. Every utility company in Vermont has a transformer that came from China, which is by New York, which New York's compromised. So Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, Long Island, Ithaca. I mean, it goes on and on in New York. The port zone, secret Chinese police station. And to top it all off, do you guys remember when Chinese troops were training in Canada for cold weather training? Guess where that's at? That's right above New York and Ottawa. It's also above Idaho, the Idaho-Montana border. So, everything is coming. There's no coincidences, right? There's nothing, right? If you want to read more, you can go to the Baker Institute and download this, Annexation of Taiwan, a defeat from within the U.S. Yes, I'm a nerd. I read this because I want to know what they're capable of if they're going to hit my state, right? If you want to know even more, if you want to know how serious it is and why they're not telling us, here's a congressional study, Commission on the National Safety of Defense, that talks about a lot of what we're talking about here. But to understand all of this, you have to go read Unrestricted Warfare, which was written by two PLA generals who said they would take the United States down militarily or economically. Militarily, with what they're doing, bringing in it all these Chinese fighting age male men. Now listen, guys, let's go back to California. Let's look. They own a port, Chinese police station, incursions on military bases, naval yards, property owned by Camp Pendleton, part of the 388,000 acres. And did you know that in the month of May, just in the month of May, 30,000 Chinese men came across the border in San Diego? That's just in May and just in San Diego. Do you guys know that's almost 2 divisions? So look, something's coming down. Who knows when, but something's up. But if you're in these areas, in these cities where these grids are and your utility companies, go download this document. It will give you every utility company in the U.S. as of 2022 that brought in Chinese transformers. Go do it. Go do the research and make sure you're in a safe place. So I talked a lot about New Mexico, Texas, Florida, and California. If you're in any other state you want to know, hit me up. Let me know. There's some people that are spreading this video. So let me know. I'm still working on states. I'm still working on Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska. Minnesota is full to my surprise. Michigan's going to be full to my surprise because I already know from this. So go look it up. And any questions, hit me up. All right, guys.